Low network connection. Awesome. There we go.
Here, move over this way.
Oh, yeah. It's Lauren and Jenna. We are on 2 different phones on 2 different pages because we're popular and awesome. Anyways, she came over because she's homeless and she needed to make deodorant for Scott before she leaves for Georgia. So I offered my home and the base.
I'm going to need some of that for myself in Georgia.
And base ingredients. And my battery's dying. Hey! Yeah, so we're going to make deodorant right quick, show you how easy it is. We've already done a little bit of the process. So, just for time's sake, but it's super, super easy, and I love being able to add my own scent whenever I want. So you can make it super manly if it's for your guy, hey Nikki, or for your teenagers or whatever. Like, they can pick their scent, put it in there. So I love that about this.
And you don't have to commit to one. You can make like one every time, like a different one every time you need deodorant. That's what I love about it.
Yes. So we're going to make Scott, her husband, some.
Yes.
And so here's I'm going to turn the camera around. So here's my stove. We do the double broiler method. You've got your hot pot. It's just got a little bit of water in the bottom.
There we go.
So as you can see, just a little bit of water. We put a glass bowl. Mine fits like right over it. If it sits in the water, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm obviously using a Pyrex dish that can withstand heat. There we go. And then we put our ingredients. Do you mind grabbing the coconut oil?
Yeah.
And I think Lauren's people can still see.
Yeah.
So we use this coconut oil, and then we use arrowroot powder. We use baking soda, and then
use shea butter.
We use shea butter, which is another like solid form of oil fat. And then we're gonna put some bentonite clay in it. Hey, Nikki, got 3. There's 2 Nickies on. We're going to be adding these to this. Yeah. So we've already done this. This is coconut oil and shea butter, and you melt it down. So you'll see that this is solid at room temp. So your goal, it's going to get back to this somewhat form once you pop it in the fridge when you're done adding all your ingredients. So this is what you do to melt them down. So you put the solid ingredients in here first, and then you melt them down, and then Lauren is going to walk you through adding the rest.
Yeah. So after this, you got to let this cool down a little bit, and then you'll add your essential oils to the liquid oils that are now in your double boiler. I just kind of mix it around, and then after that, I usually put them all together, but I'm going to baking soda.
Oh yeah, I put that away. So she wasn't done.
Jenna keeps putting all my ingredients.
I got all the ingredients out, and then I put them away from her. So
it's right there.
I'm gonna move.
It's fine. So this calls for 6 tablespoons, which this might take me a while, y'all. I should have done this beforehand. 6 tablespoons of arrowroot powder, a tablespoon of baking soda, and then 2 tablespoons of bentonite clay. I like to point out the fact that the bentonite clay is good to pull out impurities from your armpits, because I find that kind of fascinating.
So bentonite clay has so many uses. The reason why we do that because it pulls out impurities in your armpits, like she said. But like you can also use this in like a face mask, and it helps pull out those impurities in your face. Like helps with blackheads and acne and all that good stuff. So there's lots of good things that the bentonite clay does and benefits for pulling those toxins out of your armpits. Because honestly, when you switch to a non-aluminum deodorant, you've got a lot of stuff built up in those glands, and so it's going to take some time and some adjusting for... Oh gosh, we didn't have the tablespoon thing. I forgot
I'm
about
trying
that.
to keep count. Shh.
So it's good to put in your deodorant, and like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a learning kind of. Your body's going to have to get used to being able to sweat again. Antiperspirants are to help you not sweat, and it's actually good and healthy for your body to sweat.
The first time I made this, Scott was like, "Why am I sweating?" And I was like, "Because you're supposed to sweat." He's like, "I don't like it."
Sweating is a way of your body releasing some of the toxins that you come in contact with, so it's good to sweat. So if you've been using an antiperspirant deodorant, your body's going to need to adjust and get used to sweating, doing what it's supposed to do.
2 tablespoons, and then I need...
And we can post this recipe on the comments.
I'll post it in the
below.
comments.
But it's really quite simple. The only other like really special ingredient I needed was the bentonite clay. The arrowroot powder, I will give a 2-second thing about that. I found a recipe that was just baking soda and found out that it's actually an irritant to the skin for some people with sensitive skin. So that's why we do just a little bit of baking soda and then cut it with some arrowroot powder. You're getting the same drying effect that the baking soda would get, but you're not getting that potential. Like I got a red rash under my arm and couldn't figure it out, and I Googled it and it was the baking soda. So if you cut that down with some arrowroot powder, you're getting the same goal accomplished, but not giving yourself a red rash. So that's always helpful. And so this is what it's going to look like. It looks weird.
Looks like sludge.
It looks like sludge.
And then after this, you'll put it in the refrigerator. That's what I do at least. I put it in the refrigerator just to kind of firm it up. And I was worried the first time I made it about it melting in my bathroom. Because you know how bathrooms get a little warm after you take a shower and stuff like that. I've never had any problems.
Yep.
So, you can use old deodorant containers if you want to take the time to clean them out. I bought these off of Amazon. I'm pretty sure I got like 6 of them. And
this live is watching this live.
I know. Well, they also, like, you can kind of see my head.
I can move it up.
I can get real creepy real
noticed
fast.
Lauren's a lot taller than I am.
I am a lot taller.
And so I was like, you're either not going to see me or you're going to have to duck.
It's okay. And yes, so you can repurpose the old ones that you have. Just make sure you clean them out real well, whether that's like boiling them to get everything that's in there out, or cleaning them with a toothbrush, whatever. You just don't want all the old stuff in there. These weren't super expensive either, so buying them is not a bad option. And then I take these, and one recipe that I make makes 2 sticks of deodorant. Although I feel
How much essential oil did you use? I think you put too much, but still.
I feel like that made 1. It usually makes 2. Maybe, I don't know. No, it might make 2. I'm a person that thinks things don't, like, oh, that won't feed 12 people. I'll make double. And then I have enough for like 85 people. And I'm like, ooh.
Do you need a spatula?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're going to walk over here.
So yeah, I mean, it definitely made enough for 2 sticks of deodorant. Doesn't help that it's using a fork.
What?
It doesn't help that I'm using a fork. You know.
It's whatever you got, people.
We use what we got. We use what we got.
Well, this was actually not planned.
This was not. I came over.
I sprung it on it.
So when you're homeless, you don't have a kitchen to make deodorant. And Scott was like, I need deodorant. And I was like, I'll make it before I leave. Well, moving takes a lot more time than I had. So I didn't get around to it. And I was like, I'll just find you one that isn't horrible and I'll buy it. Well, I was getting ready to leave this morning, got in the car, was on my way to Georgia. I had just left where I was leaving from, and my mother calls me and says, hey, if you want to stay a few more days, you can. And I was like, perfect, now I can go make deodorant. I literally thought that. It was kind of silly. That's what I thought.
Living that oily life.
I am. Hey, ride or die.
So, yep, this is how long it really takes, like, besides melting that down. It was
this actually took longer than it would normally take.
Yes, because we explained all the things. But you'll put a lid on that, and then you set it in the fridge, and it's literally ready to go. It will set up. Yeah,
let it sit in there for like 10 or 15 minutes, just to make sure that everything kind of solidifies, and then you can use it immediately.
We'll post the recipe in the comments.
Other things, I use the Shutron because it's for Scott, and it's a men's oil, and I like the way it smells.
It smells amazing.
It smells really good. Other things that I will use are purification, Cypress.
A lot of people like purification and cypress for the boys.
I'm trying to think of, I did lavender and purification for myself.
Purification's good because it will like kind of cleanse and purify the air.
So
yeah. Hi, I'm here instead of just talking on the thing. So purification's good because it's known for its like purifying and cleansing properties. So you can put it under your armpits. It's great for odors. So why not put it in your deodorant?
So this is one of the things I thought to myself. Does it work the same way? So you know how purification helps with changing your pheromones, so you're not as attractive to outside things. Does it still work the same way? Because I was like,
yes.
Do I just have to put it on the bottoms of my feet? Or if I use it under my armpits, does it work the same way?
It's better on the bottoms of your feet. Okay. Just because that's what gets to all the... So when you're doing it under your arms, you're only getting that area, but the bottoms of your feet actually have all the nerve endings. Oh, okay. So that's the purpose for the bottom of the feet.
I was thinking of that the other day.
But, I mean, it still would obviously help for this area of your body because the smell of purification is coming out and kind of helping repel annoyances that you may find outside in the summer.
Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
Anyways, so hope you guys enjoyed. We'll post the recipe in the bottom.
Yes.
But it's pretty much whatever you want to make it. My go-to is purification and then maybe something floral. Some people aren't into florals. So, yeah.
I actually wear the Shootron too.
If you're really smelly, I love Shootron too. If you're really smelly, then purification will be my go-to. But yeah, I mean, you could literally put a spray bottle of purification on the go in your armpits and that would help. So purification is great for under your arms.
So moving, I didn't have deodorant one day, something. I don't remember what was happening, but I didn't have any and I was already out and didn't have my bags. And I was like, I need deodorant.
Oh,
I need to put something on. So I have a roller of purification. I was like, well, this will work.
Yes. Yep.
And that's what I used. I was like, I love that they're so versatile. I can use them.
It works great. So we're signing off. I hope you enjoyed our video. This is
fun. Thanks for joining us in our crazy last minute shenanigans.
Live. Yeah. See ya.